All right, we're here today with Uncle Keone Kalawe to discuss the naming process and the new name that has been officially given to Fissure 8.
Yes.
We thank Keone for joining us once again to have this discussion. We did it once before for any of you that had missed it, but now that the name's officially been chosen, we wanted to get back out here. Uncle Keone, explain a little bit about the process that went into naming it, the reasoning that went into the name, and kind of just the history of it. So thank you for joining us, Uncle.
Mahalo for having me. Yesterday I got word from the committee who have selected the official name of Fissure 8. So the official name is Ahuʻailāʻau, and it is very satisfying and very I'm very honored that they have selected Ahuʻailāʻau as this, the official name. So I just want to explain who is Ailāʻau. Okay, so Ailāʻau is a male deity, and as you can see, the outcome, is like destruction. But apparently, for others, it is not destruction, but a balance. Yes, you have lava taking, everything off the surface, but at the same time, it is also created land, aina, expensive land throughout Puna, where people actually can, once again thrive on the aina. It's like Ailāʻau is flowing through the land, and actually he is cleansing the land, where people once again can use the aina. So Ailāʻau, if you read in some of the mo'olelo, Ailāʻau was actually the forest eater. I eat la'au, forest, wood, and his physical feature is he's a person who's always dressed in black, always carry a large club. So through 2018, when you heard the large pounding, that would represent Ailāʻau hitting the ground, creating new land for everyone. So so it all depends on the different practices, the different experiences of people, and the different teachings of people, and it's a reflection of their teaching and their experience to the relationship of Ailāʻau. Ailāʻau is another god or deity. So he is one of 6 original Maoli or Hawaiian gods from this land. Before the people settled on this islands, and I encourage each and every one of you to go seek the information. There's a lot of information out there on Ailāʻau, and get acquainted with him because he's back. So Ahu is a place where man builds this. It's a rock formation, and it's like a small platform, but every practice in the Hawaiian culture, they have their own practices within the construction of the Ahu, and also its purposes. I only can talk about Ahu and Heiau is because of my my work, as a practitioner, as a kahuna kuikui puone, or a Heiau architect. And when we do our work, you have 3 key components. You must have the physical component, the spiritual component, and also the elements, and it has to be all combined in one as you construct the heiau or you do ceremony. Leaving one out, and the ceremony is incomplete. It is very satisfying and very I'm very honored that they have selected Ahuʻailāʻau as this, the official name. And what's really satisfying is that she selected the name were all from Puna. So you had Le Kale Mamahu from Kalapana, Pi'ilani Ka'avaloa from Pohoa, and myself from Kapoho. You know, even with Ailāʻau, the establishment of Ahuʻailāʻau, Pi'ilani told me, you know, it's about bringing people together, healing. The negative effect was the lava flows and, you know, the strong winds. But the positive effect is how our people from Puna, the community, has come together as one. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's remarkable. Right. So, you know, like Puna people, even in the days of old, there are fierce people. They lived in real barren places, but they survived. And throughout time and throughout history, you can see, you know, recorded history of Puna being one of the most sacred places. We had a conversation about everyone's experience while this lava was going on. And, you know, I actually, you know, kind of like mentioned my experience through my practices. And I say, you know, this is the work of Ailāʻau. This is Ailāʻau's work. They also had experiences of Ailāʻau, you know, through the 2018 eruption. For my interpretation of Ahuʻailāʻau, it's two. The first is the ahuʻula, or the cloak that ones wear. So as you look from the Ahuʻailāʻau, you could see a cloak that was formed. That was the ahuʻula. So that signifies Ailāʻau. The second physical feature was also the pu'u that actually represents the ahu, of which Ailāʻau created and was coming out from. So with that, Kalani submitted the name to this committee, and it was a long process. They had a lot of community input of the names, and finally, just yesterday, the committee head notified me that Ahuʻailāʻau is the name of this pu'u. But you know, people will, you know, come back. People will actually live on the land once again. Right. People need to understand is that when you live in Puna, the lands are temporary. You need to step aside when you see lava coming. You don't go head on, because you will be the loser. Yeah. So we always navigate left or right and let the lava settle. Then we'll, you know, settle on the land again. It's the opportunity that we have when they create more aina, more land for us.
We did hear before that you might be considering naming some of the other features from the 2018 eruption.
Yes.
In line with this one. You have any more further information about that?
You know how you know, the Hawaiian people, we come up with names is because of events. Mm-hmm. That's how we name them. So it's, you know, it's like even down the coast, but also on the shoreline with all the new features.
Right, all the features.
So we have some names in mind.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing them in the future. Hope you sit down with us when you're ready to share them.
You guys will be the first one.
All right, appreciate it.
Okay, mahalo everyone.
And thanks everybody for joining us today. We're here with Uncle Keone on the slopes of Ahuʻailāʻau, formerly known as Fissure 8. Thanks for joining us.